back to the Empowerment Podcast.
My name is Christina.
And I'm Xander, and Christina and I are both Avatar Masters. And we met many years ago when we were on the path of self-development using the Avatar tools. And today we have another juicy topic for you. And we've been exploring viewpoints and how important it is to change, to be able to take other viewpoints for your success and happiness, your health.
And empowerment. To
Your whole
empower
empowerment,
yourself.
basically, on what you can and believe in yourself you can achieve.
And we decided to go into a very dark area today.
Yes.
We want to talk about something many people are busy with in this personal development area, and this is shadow work.
Yeah. And maybe you've heard of it, maybe you haven't yet. So we thought we'd talk a little bit about it. What does it actually mean? And most of all, why is it so important? And for me, I don't know how it is for you, Christina, but for me, it's been one of maybe the area where I gained the most in my whole self-development and empowerment feeling.
Yes, for me too. And it was also the most difficult area.
It can be so challenging, but so
Maybe
we wanted to
yeah.
shed some light on the shadow.
And maybe we can share a little bit about what we understand about shadow work. For me, it is like looking into the areas of yourself where you're not the best person of the world.
Yeah.
Looking in these areas where you are don't want to look so often into. I don't know. How do you understand it?
Yeah, it's like the things I like to put under the rug, and that for especially people who don't know me that well, and sometimes also people who do know me, I don't want them to know about me. So the things I keep hidden. And I think that's part of the reason why it's often addressed as shadow work, because it's sort of in the dark.
And I would say it's a little bit advanced because it's very easy that you start criticizing yourself like hell. And then you actually can't, I mean, if you dump yourself in the ground for finding what you find, then you shouldn't do it, because it's only working if you really are able to watch it from a viewpoint about, oh, interesting.
Yeah.
That's also me. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's not about making yourself wrong.
No.
Or finding all of the faults in yourself. I mean, I think we do that, at least I can do that on my own. I don't need any training for it.
Exactly. Yeah. If you need a training about criticizing yourself, call us. Yeah.
Call us, and then we have a course starting next week. So shadow work is actually about loosening that criticism, because if you do it well, your critical mind actually turns a lot quieter, and there's a lot better connection with yourself and with the people around you.
Yeah, and when we do it now practical, it is, of course, it makes sense. It sounds nice. It sounds great. But if you have to do it, then it's a different
it's
question.
always a step.
I can make an example where it helped me in my life. I had a time in my life where happy people made me angry. It really triggered me. If somebody was too happy, I kind of didn't believe them, or I wanted to make jokes about it. Making jokes can be also a sign of trigger. But actually, I was so unhappy that I almost was jealous about the others being so happy, having the life they have. And when I look deeper, I even found my tendency and intention to, like, the wish that they also doing worse. I wanted to destroy their happiness a little bit to feel better. And
that you didn't feel the contrast so much. I'm here, they're there, like
they should go down a little bit with their modes, then I feel better. But this is actually not very nice from me, because of course I wish everyone happiness. There's a part of me who does that, but when I'm really honest, it is not all the time that I can see it like that. And for me, it was important to face it, to face my jealousy, to face my wish, having them bad experiences and so on, to be honest with that, and also to own this area in my consciousness where I almost can't accept the happiness of others.
Yeah, I recognize that too. And I like what you say about that you face it. So it has
Mm.
something to do with looking at it is like looking very bluntly in a mirror, not metaphorically. You're like looking, what did I do that I'm not too happy with? So for myself, to give an example, I could get so triggered when people would be rambling, would be talking and talking and talking, and seemingly they had an endless supply to say, and and they could go in the first story to the next, and it was actually touching a deep insecurity in myself on one hand. On another hand, it was actually me coming to people's doorsteps and unannounced and just rambling on, taking their time. Where and I really had to face that. I had to face that. I put what I said. I put it under the rug, but I did that myself
Mm-hmm.
many, many, many times.
Mm.
And I
Yeah.
looked at it and I had to own that. Or not had to, but if I did not want that trigger anymore and it was upsetting me, I it's good to own it.
What tells us something about triggers? I mean, we feel very often a victim of the trigger, like,
Yeah.
stop telling me about it, it triggers me. And it's true for us in that moment, but it's also true that there is an area we can look deeper into where we are not victims.
Yeah. An area where we can, grow into, or where we, for whatever reason, it created the trigger. Who knows what it was? But that's also the exploration. It's not about
Mm-hmm.
right and wrong, but it's really more about like what is triggering me, and looking at that a little bit more closely to see what you found, and that's maybe the heart of shadow work, to go through the fog and see, okay, this is my piece. This is what I did.
Mm. And maybe what I also had in my life, when I looked at it, it turned into like a gift of integration. I mean, in the end, something in my consciousness was there what I didn't want it to feel or to experience or to face. And if you do it, and when you go through, you are grateful because you know you can let it go now and you can pass it. And you know it wasn't something from the outside. It always looks like the outside is evoking these feelings in us, but it's not. It is already there. It's only waking them up, but it's our responsibility what we feel, and that's a very high view on responsibility in this world.
Yeah, yeah, and I guess that's the gift, is that you get your empowerment back, and that
Yeah,
it doesn't matter anymore how people are.
you don't
You
try to
you
avoid,
you
you
don't have
don't.
to avoid anymore. You can just be exactly the person how you'd like to be, in alignment with yourself. Um, and it never ends. That's also a viewpoint that I have at the moment. You can keep going and find more things, but you just keep giving gifts to yourself, but you do have to go a little bit in the mud to find it, to find
And
this.
the funny thing, if you try to avoid something, it appears everywhere.
It just comes back. Here it is again until the lesson is learned. And yeah,
Exactly.
sometimes you need to learn a lesson quite a few times before you really learn it. I know that from experience.
Oh, yes.
But it's well worth it. And if you feel like if you have done shadow work, we'd love to hear your experiences with it and what you got out of it. And thank you for sharing your viewpoints.
Thank you. See you very soon. Bye
Bye.
bye.